Hello everyone, this is Stephen Balch, your instructor for Intro to Computer Applications at Ozarka College. What I'm going to do in this video is give you a little bit of feedback on the Word Module 2 assignments that I graded earlier this week. And then I'm going to tell you what we've got coming up due for our Word Module 3 assignments early next week. And then we've also got our first production exam over Microsoft Word in the middle of next week. Okay, so first thing is Word Module 2. I finished grading all those earlier this week. I believe it was Monday morning I got those done. So you should have already looked at your grades for those, but if you haven't, go ahead and do that as soon as you can and read the grading comments. If I had to count any points off for any formatting that you missed, I tried to be very specific on what you missed and why I was counting points off. But if you have questions, just let me know. Most of you did well on the Word Module 2 assignments. If you remember, it was you were basically learning about MLA style formatting for research papers. So we learned how to format the MLA style paper as far as margins and double spacing and so forth. We also learned citations and works cited page and sources, footnote, and like I said, most of you did well. There were a few of you who it seemed like you waited too long to get started on the assignments and you didn't have time to finish everything, because I got some that were incomplete. So I had to obviously count quite a few points off for that. But for future assignments, just make sure you give yourself plenty of time by getting started earlier. That way you're not trying to rush around trying to get what you can done before the due date. Let's see. The Module 2 objective test, most of you did well on that. Just as a reminder, you can take those as many times as you want to up until the due date and your highest grade is recorded. Excuse me. And that brings us to what we've got coming up due for Word Module 3. So we've got the assignment 1 and 2 and the objective test all due by Tuesday, September 16th, which is Tuesday of next week. So be working on those activities. In Module 3, you're going to be learning about how to insert and format parts of a business letter. You're going to learn how to create a letterhead for a business letter using smart art and so forth. You're going to learn how to insert and format shapes, pictures, and borders. You'll also learn how to set tab stops, how to insert and format tables, how to insert and format smart art graphics, and finally how to use the Format Painter button to copy formatting from one place in your document to another. As you're working on the Word Module 3 assignments, make sure that you take your time and make sure that you're doing all the formatting correctly. And double check all of your work against the example in the textbook. You know, it'll show you in your textbook what the finished document should look like. So always kind of verify that you've got all the formatting correct before you upload your assignment. Okay? So let's see. So yeah, the Word Module 3 activities again are due Tuesday of next week, September 16th. All right. The other thing that we'll have coming up due next week that I talked about just a minute ago, very briefly, was the production exam. We'll have our first production exam over Microsoft Word next week. It'll be available from September 17th through the 19th, which is Wednesday through Friday of next week. So to study for that, you need to go back and study all the formatting that you did in modules 1 through 3. So, and also I will send out an email and an announcement probably tomorrow that'll give you some more details on the Word production exam. For this purpose of this video, I just wanted to just point out that we will have that exam next week. But like I said, I'll send out an email and an announcement that will have more specifics on that production exam. All right, so that's what we've got coming up. So, like I said, there's nothing due this week, but be working on those activities and preparing for that test that we'll do next week. All right, and that's all I have for you for today. So enjoy the rest of your week and your weekend, and I will talk to you again sometime next week. Thank you.